Hey guys, Pierre from Into Fly Fishing, and in this in-depth review we're looking at the Moonshine Epiphany 10-foot 4-inch 2-weight. We'll look at the rod's strong and weak points, who it's designed for, and then we'll zoom into each component in more detail. Before I continue with the rest of the video, I must mention that Moonshine sent me this Epiphany to test and review. I always strive to be as objective and honest as possible, which they also appreciate. Ultimately, this review is there to show you what this rod is all about and whether it's a good option or not. The Epiphany range, which has recently been redesigned with new blanks and components, is Moonshine's dedicated Euro Nymphing rod. Currently there are 3 rods in the range, where this, the 10-foot 4-inch 2-weight, is the lightest. I use the rod extensively in my local trout streams close to Cape Town and feel that it's much better suited for this application than its bigger brother, the 3-weight. The flow rates of these streams have dropped considerably, seeing that we're in the dry season, so I mainly use the 2-weight Epiphany with dry dropper rigs. But I did test them with heavier standard nymphing rigs in deeper runs. Before we get cracking on the details of the rod's build, let's first look at where the 2-weight Epiphany shines. For those of you that didn't watch my 3-weight Epiphany review, that specific rod had a pretty poor recovery rate, which influenced your confidence when trying to make accurate casts. Now the 2-weight version, in my opinion, is much better in this regard. The slight reduction in weight has improved the recovery rate incredibly. The soft tip of the rod really helps to protect light tippets, and I'm talking everything down to 8x. I fished 7x for the most of the time, and the rod really gave me confidence to pull as hard as I could, knowing that the rod tip will help me protect those tippets. And obviously this relies heavily on the quality of the tippet material you're using and the quality of your knots. The 2-weight Epiphany also comes with a spare tip to keep you on the water in case you break one. And just with this minor detail, you can see that Moonshine Rod Company is run by anglers for anglers. Going through the rod in detail, I couldn't find any imperfections at all. The clear coat is applied perfectly and is 100% bubble free. All of the line guides align and the grip sits comfortably in your hand. Moonshine ships the Epiphany in a solid Cordura covered tube with the Moonshine logo embroidered on it. It also has a sticker on top of the cap. It makes it easy to identify the rod. The rod doesn't come with a rod sock, and instead the tube has 5 individual compartments, one for each section including the rod tip. So let's have a look at the build and components of the 2-weight Epiphany. A good nymphing rod should have a proper fighting butt, which provides a comfortable anchor while you're high sticking. Seeing that most Euro nymphing rods come with a down-locking reel seat, this fighting butt positions the reel away from your body when you're fighting a fish. The fighting butt is made from a combination of high quality cork and rubberized cork for durability, and it has the Moonshine Rod Company logo laser engraved on it. A black down-locking reel seat is used to balance the rod's extra length. It has a single locking ring with a Delrin bushing, but make sure that you really crank down on this locking ring to make sure that your reel doesn't come loose. The reel seat also features an orange wood insert, which gives the rod a lot of character. The Epiphany has a half-well shaped grip made from the same high quality and rubberized cork as you'll find here in the fighting butt. As mentioned earlier, I find that the 2-weight Epiphany has a much better recovery rate than the 3-weight version. I love the feeling of the rod and the tippet protection that it gives you. For the price, I doubt that you'll find a better 2-weight blank. The blank has a matte carbon finish which reduces rod glare on bright days. All the components and ferrules are finished with black thread wraps and have metallic orange accent wraps, which really complements the striking reel seat. Each section has orange alignment dots, helping you to assemble the rod quicker and getting you on the water faster. The 10-foot 4-inch 2-weight Epiphany has 13 line guides. The first stripper guide has a titanium frame and a silicon carbide insert, and is placed high up on the butt section to eliminate line sag and keeping you in contact with your flies. Thin wire single foot guides are used on the second and third section to reduce weight, and on the tip section there's a combination of single foot guides and snake guides. The rod comes with a full lifetime warranty to the original owner, and it covers any defects in materials or craftsmanship. If you break any section of your rod, Moonshine will sort you out for a flat rate of $45 with a delivery time between 1 and 2 weeks. I claimed a warranty replacement from them all the way here from South Africa and had a brand new replacement section delivered to me within a week. The 2-weight Epiphany is slightly shorter than its 3-weight brother, so this made it easier to handle in tight situations. Measuring 10 foot 4 inches, it's still long, so it makes it easy to control drag-free drifts. The rod performed really well with a light dry dropper combination and thin tippets, and I was able to make really accurate casts. However, if you're planning on fishing heavier nymph combinations often, let's say like 2 4mm partygons, I don't think this is the best choice. In that case, I'll opt for a 3 or a 4 weight Euro Nymphing rod. The thing that impressed me the most about this rod while fighting a fish is how well it protects light tippets. The tip is really soft and sensitive, so you can easily use it with tippet sizes down to 8x. So after spending all this time with the Moonshine Epiphany 2 weight, what are my personal thoughts? Well, on the pro side, I think that the rod's recovery rate is excellent and it really gives you that confidence to make that tricky cast. The rod is well priced and it gives you access to the latest in Euro Nymphing rod design without having to explain too much to your wife. I also love the fact that Moonshine supplies the rod with a spare rod tip section, and I can't understand why more manufacturers aren't doing this. On the con side, there's not really much I can fault with this rod. I mean, you can feel that it's not a $1,000 rod like a Sage SN or a Thomas & Thomas Contact, but that's not what it's trying to be. It's a rod that comes in at a reasonable price, but it still gives you the ability to fish in exactly the same way you would those expensive rods. So who is this rod designed for? The 2 weight Epiphany is perfect for the small stream angler looking to learn more about Euro Nymphing. The rod is the ideal tool for the job and will continue to serve you well for many years to come. I also think that this will make an excellent choice for outfitters who need to keep a couple of rods available for their clients. Moonshine's great after-sales service and the fact that you get a spare tip means that you will always have a rod available, yet it doesn't break the bank. I hope that you found this review helpful, and if you have any comments, questions or suggestions, please leave them below the video. I always strive to improve these reviews, which are ultimately dedicated to you. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications, and we can let you know as soon as we release any future reviews. Until next time, cheers.